Hello everyone and welcome to another Maths tutorial video. Now I'll be discussing Form 4 Additional Mathematics, Chapter 6 Coordinate Geometry, Long Question Example 5. By the way, this will be the last long question I'll be discussing for Chapter 6 Coordinate Geometry for now. In the future, I'll probably will go through this question again. Alright guys, before I begin, if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell as I'll be discussing more mathematics tutorial videos in the future. Alright guys, without further delay, let's jump to the question now. As you are looking right now is the example 5 long question, chapter 6 coordinate geometry. Let's read the question together. The diagram below shows a rhombus PQRS. So as you can see here, rhombus with the PQRS over here. The diagonals of the rhombus intersect at point M with the coordinate 4, 6, and the equation of the straight line PQ is 4y equals to 3x plus 32. Alright guys, so this is the equation PQ, which is 4y is equals to 3x plus 32, and the diagonals of the rhombus intersect at point M over here. So this is your point M. Okay, let me bring the paper up. Okay. So please hold on. Okay. So the question asks to find the coordinate of point R. Okay, then the equation of the straight line QS, followed by the coordinates of point Q and the equation of the locus of the moving point T, such that its locus is a circle whose diameter is QS. Okay, let me show you the diagram once again. So this is a rhombus, okay, and this is a locus with the moving point T, guys. So this is a locus. That's why I drawn in a hidden line. Okay. Alright guys, I hope you will attempt this question in the future. If you could manage to solve this question, well done guys. But if you can't solve this question, no worries. I'm going to show you the step-by-step working and the solutions now. Alright guys, let's jump to the solutions now. Okay. So in this case, we will be starting our solution to find the coordinates of point R. So how are we going to start to find the coordinates of point R? Okay, we refer to the diagram here again. So as we can see here, the point P is given as coordinate 0 and 8. So this is your point M, which is intersect in the diagonals of the rhombus over here. And at the end over here, this is your point R. So the characteristic of rhombus is, so at the midpoint here, your rhombus will act as a equidistance from between the point PM and the point MR. So at the diagonal over here guys, so this is your equidistance. So therefore M will act as a midpoint. Okay guys, so the rhombus, before you attempt this question, you should know the concept and the meaning of rhombus. So what is a rhombus guys? So rhombus is something similar to square. I'm not saying exactly the same as square. It's something similar to square. So you will have your 4 equal lengths. The only difference is the line PQ and SR will be parallel, and line PS and QT are parallel, and then your opposite angles are equal to each other. Okay, that's the only difference between a rhombus and a square. Where you see for a square, your internal angle will be all 90 degree and you have all the same angles. So that is the difference between a square and a rhombus guys. So a rhombus will look like a diamond shape. So in this case, we know that our M is acting as a midpoint between point P and point R. Okay, we know our point P and we know our point M. But the only thing is we need to know our point R. So how to find the point R from now? So I'm going to show you now. Okay, solution. So since PQRS is a rhombus, so PM, so like I mentioned to you, PM is equals to PR. I mean MR guys, so there is a typo over here. So MR is not PR. So PM is equals to MR. So PQRS is a rhombus, PM is equals to MR. Okay, proceed to the next working. So to find the coordinate R, so what we do, we let our coordinate R equals to xy. So we have, because we haven't know our coordinate R yet, so we substitute in. So 0 plus x divided by 2, you get your coordinate x coordinate of M, which is 4. So 0 plus x divided by 2, you get 4. and then 8 plus y divided by 2 you get is 6. This is the y coordinate of m. And then you proceed. So 4 times with 2 you get 8, 6 times with 2 we get is 12. So 0 plus x equals to 8, and then comma 8 plus y equals to 12. So from here you get your x is equals to 8 and y is equals to 4. So therefore your coordinate r is equals to 8, 4. So this is your answer, guys, for part A. Okay, that is all for the solution for part A. So I'm going to proceed with the finding the equation of the straight line QS. Alright guys, so before turning to the next page, so I'm going to show you how you're going to find the straight line QS. Okay, referring to this diagram again. Okay, now we've already find the coordinate R over here. So but we don't know the coordinate but we know the clue over here, guys. PQ and SR is parallel to each other. So what you're going to do is we're going to find the gradient of straight line PQ, and then we're going to equate it with the gradient of the straight line SR, and then we're going to use the coordinate of R and then the gradient of SR to form a straight line SR over here. Okay guys, once we get that value, we're going to find a coordinate S, and then once we find the coordinate S, so what we can do is, so we can form a straight line QS. Since the M is also collinear with the straight line QS, so we can form a straight line equation of the straight line QS. Okay, we can form a straight line equation of the straight line QS, guys. So these are the steps I'm going to do for the next page. So please hold on. So I'm going to show you now. Okay, we're going to start to find from the straight line equation PQ. So straight line equation PQ is given as 4y is equals to 3x plus 32. So we divide the whole equation by 4. So we get y is equals to 3 over 4x plus 8. Okay, continue to the next step. So since PQ is parallel to SR, so we know that our gradient PQ is equals to gradient SR and is also equals to 3 over 4. So these are the clue is given by the question, guys. So line PQ and line SR are parallel. Okay, so we can use this gradient value, and we have already find the coordinate R in the previous question. So what we can do is, step 1, we can calculate the straight line equation SR over here. Okay, so what we're going to use now, we're going to use the straight line equation formula, y minus y1 equals to m in a bracket x minus x1. So we substitute in the coordinate R and the gradient SR over here. So y minus 4 equals to 3 over 4 in a bracket x minus 8. So we expand in the bracket. So we should get y minus 4 equals to 3 over 4x minus 6. So this negative 4 in the left hand side, you can bring it to the right hand side. So you will get your answer is y is equals to 3 over 4x minus 2. But this is not the final answer, guys. We just get the equation of the SR. Okay, that is a step 1, but we need to find the y-intercept. So how to find the y-intercept? Okay, one of the way is you can immediately get your negative 2 as your y-intercept. That is one way, guys. But if you wish to show your working, okay, I can show it for you. So the step 2 is calculate the y-intercept of the SR. Okay, so when x equals to 0, comma, y is equals to 3 over 4 in a bracket 0, and then you minus with 2. So from here you get your y is equals to negative 2. So this is your y-intercept of SR. Okay, so continue with the step 3. So once you calculate the y-intercept of SR, so now what you can do is you can calculate the straight line equation QS. Okay guys, you already got the coordinate of S, you have the coordinate of M. So what you can do is, since your coordinate of M is collinear with the straight line equation, straight line QS, you can use those 2 points to calculate your gradient, and then followed by the equation QS. Okay, so we start to find the gradient. So given coordinate S is 0, negative 2, and M is 4, 6. So your m is equals to, the gradient of the graph is 6 minus negative 2 divided by 4 minus 0. So you can use either which point, guys. You can use this as a point 2 or you can use this as your point 2. It's up to you. You will still get back the same answer, which is your m is equals to 2. So this is your gradient of the graph. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay, so this is your gradient of the graph where your m is equals to 2. So from here, okay, you form a straight line equation. Y minus y1 equals to m in a bracket x minus x1. Okay, you can substitute either one of the points. So in this case, I use point m to substitute into the equation. Y minus 6 equals to 2 in a bracket x minus 4. You expand in the 2. You should get your answer. Y minus 6 equals to 2x minus 8. This negative 6 from the left hand side, you can bring it over to the right hand side. So you'll get 2x minus 8 plus 6. And therefore, you get your answer is y is equals to 2x minus 2. So this is your answer, guys. So this is your answer of the straight line equation QS. Alright. Okay, now we'll proceed to find the coordinate Q, guys. So please hold on. So to find the coordinate Q, what we're going to do is we're going to use the simultaneous equation. Okay, why simultaneous equation? Okay, I'll explain to you. If you notice or not in the question, you can see that Q is actually intersecting by two straight line points. Alright guys, that's why we are using simultaneous equation to find our coordinate Q. So what are the straight line equation? Okay, let me tell you now. So we are going to use the straight line equation PQ and straight line equation SR in order to solve this simultaneous equation. By the way, I've already rearranged the equation such a way that I bring the x from the right hand side to the left hand side. So it forms an expression over here so that we can easily do the elimination method. Okay, in this case, we decided to eliminate the y first because y is very easy for us to eliminate rather than we choose the x. Since x, we need to do the multiplication and your working will be even longer. Alright guys, so to eliminate the y, what you can do is you can minus the equation 1 with equation 2. So your y will be cancelled off. Okay, and then from here, for the next step, so you'll compare with your x and the number or at the right hand side. So 5 over 4x equals to 10, and therefore you'll get your x is equals to 8. So once you get your x value, you can substitute your x value into either one of the equation. So in this case, when x equals to 8, so I choose to substitute into the equation 2. You can also substitute in the equation 1, you'll still get back the same answer. Y minus 2 in a bracket 8 equals to negative 2. So in this case, you'll get your y is equals to 14. Alright. And therefore, your answer for coordinate Q is 8, 14. So this is your answer for coordinate Q, guys. Alright guys, we have already find the coordinate Q and we still have one question left. We need to form the equation of a locus. If I'm not mistaken, it's locus T, guys. Okay, let us proceed with the question D. So since the diameter of the locus T is QS, like mentioned in the question, so the radius is equals to distance of QM. Since M is the intersection point, guys, between the M is the intersection point between the straight line QS, so your M will be acting as the center of the circle. So we cannot use a diameter to calculate our locus, so we need to use the radius. So how to calculate the radius? So we need to calculate the distance between QM. Okay, proceed to the next step. So the step 1 is we need to calculate the distance of QM. So coordinate Q we have already found just now. So the coordinate M is already given in the question. So we can use them to calculate the distance, guys. So you need to use this formula, x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square, and then you square root the whole equation. Okay. So 8 minus 4 square plus 14 minus 6 square, and then you square root the whole equation. Proceed to the next step. So you get 4 square plus 8 square, square root. and you'll get your answer in square root 80, or you can write in also in decimal place, but I recommend you to write in terms of in 4 decimal place to get a accurate answer. But I strongly encourage you to leave it in just square root form, because in the working later on, we'll be simplify our square root. So how we going to simplify our square root? Okay, I'll talk about it soon. So the step 2, now we can calculate our locus t. So we have our reference point M as the center of the circle of the locus t. We have already have of the distance, so we can use that to calculate the locus t. So locus t is a moving point. So moving point doesn't have a fixed coordinate, guys. So we're going to let t in terms of x and y coordinate. So we're going to use that to calculate our locus. So x minus 4 square, and then plus y minus 6 square, and then equals to square root 80. So we are calculating with respect to the center of the circle, which is the coordinate M. So we expand inside the bracket first. You should get your answer x square minus 8x plus 16 plus y square minus 12y plus 36, and then you square root the whole equation, equals to square root 80. So for the next step, what we can do is we will square the both side. So when we square both side, we will eliminate the square root in the both side as well. So you will get your next working is x square minus 8x plus 16 plus y square minus 12y plus 36 is equals to 80. So these two numbers you can combine together, you'll get your answer is 52, and 80 from the right hand side you can bring it over to the left hand side. So you'll get 52 minus 80. So therefore you will get your number is equals to negative 28. So you rearrange the equation, or you can just leave it your answer in that way. So therefore your final answer will be x square minus 8x plus y square minus 12y minus 28 equals to 0. So I choose to write in terms of x and then followed by y, but if you wish to leave it in this way also can, it's up to you. So this is your final equation, guys, of the locus t. Okay, so let me show you the diagram over here so that it will be a reference for you. Okay, let me just leave it the diagram here. Okay, alright guys, that is all for my step-by-step working and solution for this question. Any question or feedback, feel free to put in the comment section below. And before that, how do you find out this question? Is this question easy or difficult for you? And could you manage to solve this question? That is the most important part, guys. So if you manage to solve this question, so please put down in the comment section below. If you like this video, please put a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for more upcoming mathematics tutorial video. Alright guys, thank you everyone for your support, and I will see you in the next video.